So, recently, whatever, the whole Eugenia Cooley, however her name's pronounced, situation has blown up again, with everyone freaking out once again because of the way she looks in her videos now, as in she is extremely, extremely underweight to the point where she is just at serious medical risk. Thankfully, as of the recent report, she's actually seeing a doctor to get this fixed, which is exactly what should be done. And at this point, people should just leave her the fuck alone so that she can deal with this crap and basically get better, get healthier. And I don't know whether she's anorexic, bulimic, whatnot, but she definitely has some kind of an eating disorder. She might have multiple eating disorders. It could be more than just an eating disorder. There could be depression involved, or anxiety, or her parents could be a problem, because a lot of parents, they will push their kids to look a certain way. Hell, most parents do that. It's just most parents don't do it to an extreme, and it is entirely possible that her parents could be. No one really knows. There's kind of no way to know right now. But at the very least, her parents aren't being active enough about this whole situation with her. I hope they don't support it, and I hope they're not encouraging it, but can't really say for sure. And on with the topic of anorexia and bulimia specifically, they are disorders. They are a mental health problem. A person can't just turn it off or turn it on or just get better. Just getting better is just simply not possible for most people, and in Eugenia's case, it's definitely very, very extreme. Most people who get anorexia or bulimia don't usually get that thin to the point where they need to be hospitalized. That's more extreme cases. It's just this situation is one where we've been able to pretty much watch someone over a year or years slowly get thinner and worse, technically. And way back when she first popped up, people were just simply worried a little bit because she was underweight. But some people are just naturally underweight, or stuff like that. So it wasn't too big of a concern, but it was still concerning. Whereas now, no, definitely not healthy. And most people don't get anorexia or bulimia because they want to, or intentionally, or overnight, or anything like that. It happens over years. It has to do with body image. They tend to look in the mirror and see themselves as being fatter than they actually are. And that's something that has to be corrected with proper therapy and proper medical treatment if they are at the point where they need that medical treatment. In the early stages, usually all that's needed is therapy and an actual support system, as in people around them that actually give a fuck about them. And being in abusive situations or having a lot of people in your life that just rag on you all the time probably makes such a thing a hell of a lot worse. And anorexia and bulimia is another one of those mental conditions that aren't as well known about as we would like, both in the realm of actual psychology and by the general public, because there is a glorification of anorexia especially, and this is really, really obvious when you look at shit like pro-ana online. It's very obvious that anorexia gets glorified to hell, and yeah, part of it has to do with the whole diet culture, model culture and shit, but it's not as popularized as people seem to think it is. Anorexia is not this beautiful, wonderful thing that someone should want to have, and it's not something that anyone should want to have ever, and most people who do have anorexia don't really want to, because it fucks with your head and it makes you miserable. Most of these people wind up tired, exhausted, run down. They can't do the things normal people can't. And that's definitely the case with Eugenia. There's no way in hell she is able to do all of the things that normal people do. She probably needs help doing most things in her daily life, unless she has a very relaxed, not have to do much of anything. Now, of course, there are medical conditions that can actually cause someone to just not be capable of having lots of muscle mass and whatnot, but those are extraordinarily rare. And it's unlikely that she has something like that. I think at this point we would know if she had a condition like that, so it's very obvious that she doesn't. And bulimia is definitely the more harmful or dangerous version of anorexia, really, because vomiting and all that shit, it is hard as fuck on your throat. It will rip your throat to shit, and it'll wreck your body, really. Because you're basically horking up acids and shit. It's not going to do your body any good ever, regardless of what you're looking to get out of your life, whether you're looking to become a model or you just want to be thinner. It's not going to help you in the long run of things. Really, you should try to avoid vomiting at any cost, honestly. And a lot of people wind up getting sucked into anorexia and bulimia purely because of, just a second. Most people that get into it are just looking to lose a little bit of weight, whether it be for a specific thing or overall. And eventually, their mindset changes and it instead becomes about the numbers on the scale or how many calories are in something rather than actually getting down to their particular ideal weight. And there's nothing wrong with going on a diet or changing your lifestyle to lose a bit of weight or to get to a specific ideal weight. Hell, doing that is usually healthy. It's just in certain people, it goes to an extreme and winds up turning into things like anorexia and bulimia. And that's where you have to kind of watch yourself if you are going to go on diets and whatnot, is to make sure that it doesn't wind up going to an extreme. And of course, if you are going to diet healthy. Look up healthy ways to do it. Don't do it by like restricting yourself to 400 calories in a day. That's never going to be healthy. Regardless of whatever the voice in your head tells you or whatever some online pro-Ana blog says, Anna, whatever. And if need be, just go to a therapist. If you're really, really worried about you going down the wrong road with a diet, you can get a nutritionist. It'll help you, hopefully, in the realm of just a regular fucking diet. But ultimately, with anorexia and bulimia, online support groups can help, yeah, but ultimately, you need to see some form of therapy. And it's good that Eugenia is getting